Good morning. I may have to move inside. I think the internet's a little dodgy out here. Everyone see me okay? Squinting a little bit despite putting the sun behind me, which is a bit bizarre. Ooh. Let me know when you're on. Morning, Mike. Morning, Chloe. I don't know if people have cottoned on to the fact that I just logged on and then had to log off. So hoping that they'll pop onto the right one. Just gonna type them a little message. Morning, Anne. And Keith. Morning, Virginia. I think there was a few on the other one. Bless them. My internet decided to be a wally and disappear. So, that were on the other post. Morning, Julie. Morning, Virginia. I can't remember whether I said good morning or not. It's like I'm on another planet today. I wonder if I can type a comment whilst on here. Ah, see. Found ya. Well done, Av. Knew you'd get there in the end. So it's an absolutely beautiful day this morning. Really, I'm going to go to work. One of the second mornings I've been in since lockdown. So I've been working from home because little one's not been in nursery, so and hubby's been at work, but he's got some time off this week, so it makes it a bit easier for me to actually go in and get some work done in the peace and quiet, which makes all the difference. Okay, so I think we'll make a start. We're a bit low on numbers this morning, but it is a Monday, so I suppose we'll let you off. Okay, so today's is entitled God's Go. Today is Monday the 20th of July, and it's the start of a special focus on the practice of mission. Over the next week, we'll be exploring the missionary journey of Paul and Barnabas. So we take some time to pause. As I enter prayer now, I pause to be still, to breathe slowly, and to recenter my scattered senses upon the presence of God. God of rescue and restoration, thank you for your great and beautiful mission in the world. Here I am, Lord, fill me with your spirit and send me. I rejoice in God today, joining in the ancient praise of all God's people in the words of Psalm 116. I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my prayer for mercy, because he bends down to listen. I will pray as long as I have breath. That's from Psalm 116, verses 1 to 2. We are reflecting on chapter 13 and a prayer meeting to people's lives. Now in the church at Antioch, Barnabas, Simeus called Niger, Lucius of Cyrene, Manon, who had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch. Words, I'm doing a Trina. And Saul, and fasting, said, "Set apart for me Barnabas and Saul, to which I have called them." So after they had fasted and prayed, they placed their hands on them and sent them off. So that's verses 1 to 3 in Acts 13. The prayer meeting was intentional. It had purpose. Not only did the church in Antioch gather to pray and worship, but they were already fasting as well. As a community, they were actively seeking, and because of that intentionality, they were ready and able to hear the Holy Spirit's instruction, Barnabas and Saul, for mission. It makes me consider my own journey towards mission. Do I ever fast and pray with others in order to listen to God's direction for my life? Am I being proactive about listening for God's go? So often when we think about mission, we think about going to a far place. The lady that writes this says, maybe it's because God once called her to move from her home in Latin, Jesus on the Spanish party island of Ibiza. But God's call can also be a go to people closer to home, like the people in my hometown or in my city. God, who are you? Who are you calling me to go to? Is it my neighbours, my co-workers, my family, my campus? Or could you be setting me apart for mission in another place? Speak, Lord, my heart is open where you go. People I know who have left their homes and followed the call to mission in another place. Lord, I ask you to fill them with your Holy Spirit, provide what they need and equip them to share Jesus today. As I return to the passage, I imagine the scene in my mind. The prayer meeting, the moment God speaks, and the community gathering around Saul and Barnabas. My eyes to hear your word, and my heart to yield to your will once again. Now in the church at Antioch there were prophets and teachers, Barnabas, Simeon called Niger, Lucius of Cyrene, Manaen, who had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. While they were worshipping the Lord and fasting, the Holy Spirit said, "Set apart for me, Barnabas, for the work to which I have called them." So after they had fasted and prayed, they placed their hands on them and sent them off. Saul and Barnabas were not alone. As God spoke, I love the way their community responded. The church in Antioch didn't try to hold Saul and Barnabas back. They weren't afraid. They would lose their best people. Instead, they laid their hands on them, prayed, and without hesitation, they sent them off. How can we play a role in helping others hear and respond to their call from God? Are we ready to send off our closest friends or favourite people if and when God speaks? Lord, I intentionally listen to your call to go today, wherever and to whoever it may take me. I yield life. And then we'll end in with the usual closing prayer. Father, help me to live this day to the full, being true to you in every way. Jesus, help me to give myself away to others, being kind to everyone I meet. Spirit, help me to love the lost proclaiming Christ in all I do. I got your back. I see you've all dropped off, so I'm gonna head off because clearly the internet is rubbish this morning. So I just got up and had a little walk around the garden, which I'm sure Gary will love because he does love his garden. I don't know if you can see it very well. So, and then I'll show you around here because why not? Then we've got, I don't know if you can see that too well, a bit there. So hope you all have a wonderful day. Sorry about keep dropping out. I hope you got what you needed. If not, you can always have a look on the app for yourself or rewatch this, or if it was really that bad, I will do it again if necessary. Don't forget any prayers that you need, just pop them up on here or message the Facebook page or give us an email. Have a brilliant day, guys. Thanks.